Well, you want me to tell the haircut story? All right. This is actually like when I was a youngster in school, in public school, for a few years I was bad. I was bad. Yeah, when I look back, I figure I was just working out, you know, my frustration at home, I was working out at school. So I was the youngest, so I used to get beaten up on by my brother. So I beat up on his dog. I beat up on my sister's cat a lot too, although she never did anything to me, but I like slapping her cat around. But anyway, that's all beside the point. I was really getting delinquent in school. I was like in the principal's office like a couple times a week. And my parents, God love them, you know, they're, what are we gonna do? I never heard anything so many times in my whole life. And then I heard, what are we gonna do with you? 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 The principals, your parents, we're all wondering what the hell we're gonna do with you. Anyway, I kind of had like, I thought this was in like grade 5. I was like 11 or 12. And I loved my hair. I don't know, I had like long hair for my age at the time. I had this hair that I used to go like that, and I just loved like this hair that I had. And one day, it was like, there was this girl that sat in front of me, and she was kind of like the girl who had the cooties in the class. You know, there was always someone in the class who for sure had the cooties. This girl, Joanne Pinder, her name was. She was a lesbo for sure and didn't know it. She probably knows it now. She's probably a god. But anyway, I don't even know what was going on in my mind. I don't even know what was going on in my mind. I took this pin and I taped it to the end of my pencil, so I had like kind of a bayonet effect. And she was sitting in front of me and I took it and I went, ah! Right into her, like right there. And she screamed. It actually surprised me when she screamed, although I don't know why it should have surprised me. Anyway, I was afraid to go home at lunch because I knew that the principal had definitely phoned and told my dad, who was always home when I went home for lunch because he worked on a night shift. Night shift, we should have a song. But anyway, I went for lunch to my friend Albert Dumas's house. Albert now was the worst kid in school. This guy set fires and stuff in the school. Like he was really bad. He was like as bad as I was. As many parents as there were telling their kids they couldn't hang out with me. My parents were, many more were saying don't go anywhere near the Dumas household was pretty much the word on the streets. Anyway, I went over to Albert's for lunch, hid out, thought, oh, I'm in trouble this time. I go back to school, and there's my dad, and I'll never forget, I gotta show you how he looked. I need something, I'll just lean on it. I'll never forget how he looked. He actually looked kind of handsome. He was just, okay, I'm walking into the schoolyard, and there's a fence there, and I look, and I see someone vaguely familiar in the distance. I go, is that? And he's just standing there looking right at me. And he said, get in the car. I got something for you. He drove me, as soon as we went to the Bayview Plaza, because there were only two things in the Bayview Plaza. There was a restaurant that had great fish and chips, and I knew he wasn't taking me out for fish and chips, and there was a barber shop. He just wheeled me in there, threw me in the seat and said, and these words echo in my mind, give this kid a brush cut. I mean, now people do it, you know, people get a little drunk and do it themselves. It's trendy, it's good for your, when you're 11 and 12 and you're like, it's not good for your scalp, you know, it's like, it's really bad, it was a bad thing. Puts me in the car, drives me back to school. Didn't even give me the rest of the day off. Took me right back to school. Had to go to my classroom. Everyone's snickering. I'm trying to wear hats, but yeah, like you can really cover the fact that you've got a brush cut. But you know, months later, believe me, months later, I started to think to myself, well, really, what was it all about? It was a haircut. And I couldn't help but think, oh, is that all there is? I mean, Is that all there is to like bodily harm resulting in a haircut? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break up the booze and have a ball. If that's all there is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break up the booze and have booze, I love booze, a ball. If that's all there is. So that's the haircut. My dad was really a very clever man. Still is. I think that was a very clever punishment. He got me where it hurt, you know, he knew that. And I admire that. You know, taught me a lesson or two. I straightened out big time. Started to be concerned about like actually getting like good marks, stuff like that. I set my course on a new course. I set my mind on a new, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It inspired me to greater heights. Made me the man that I am today. Character building. I think that's what a good brush cut really is all about. It's building character. It's like having your heart broken. You know, losing maybe a loved one. Shaving your head. These are all the things in life that build character. Getting your ear pierced and getting an infection. Whoa! I got this fucking... Whoa! I got my ears pierced by some fucking... Stuff. Fuck. I don't know what was going on in my mind. Some guy hanging out in the front room on a Saturday. With a gun. Just like basically attacking people as they came in the door. Ah, stupid. Yeah. Pierced... Not one, but both my ears. Go ahead, fucking see if I care. We're in Montreal doing a gig, and my ear is like it's like a Christmas tree bauble, you know, big red thing. I could feel it. Like pulsating. I go boom, boom, boom. It was so infected, so bad. And I thought, well, I'm not going to any kind of a medical place in Quebec. Get me out of this province. So I come back to Toronto and I went to the Niagara Health Clinic there, my family doctor. And she said, oh, no big deal. Just go home and soak it in warm water. A little salt would be nice, maybe. A little garlic, if that's your thing. Within a couple days, it'd gone right down to beauty. And you know, I can't help but think, is that all there is? Well, because I was really worried at the time. I mean, these shit is, you saw it. Friends who were worried. I had people taking me aside and going, I'd be worried. I knew a guy, you always say that, I knew a guy who with cancer, fucking leprosy, shit. But I admit it. A couple hours soaking it in warm water in there, it was all fixed. Is that all there is? I thought to myself, is that all there is? Something that had me so scared I couldn't sleep? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friend, then let's keep dancing. Let's break up the booze and have a ball. If that's all there is that all there is? Is that all there is? Is that all there is, my friend? Then let's keep dancing. Let's break up the booze and have a ball. If